Hi, I'm David Ward from Joint UK, and I'm going to show you just how genuinely easy it is to fit a tubeless tyre onto one of our wheels. So here today we're going to use an SLR2, which is the new 65mm wheel, but this will apply to any of the Giant or CADEX wheels and also any of the Giant or CADEX tyres as well. So any combination, Giant on CADEX, CADEX on Giant, any of them will work. So first thing we're going to do is with the wheel, just double check that the valve core nut on there is tight. So take the valve cap off because we're going to need that off in a minute. And then we're going to prep the tyre. So I'm using a box fresh tyre. This one is a Giant Course Zero 28mm tyre. One of the best things you can do with these is when prepping the tyre is to lubricate the bead of the tyre. Now, some people will tell you that you can use washing up liquid or soap, but the problem is you don't know what effect that's going to have onto the sealant. So we have a tubeless tyre specific bead that we would recommend. Retails at $9.99. Really simple to use and completely safe on the tyre, the rim, and it won't affect the sealant. So what you need to do is go around both beads of the tyre. So you need the actual bead of the tyre that's going to contact the rim to get the foam on it. So that's one side done. Do the second side. Okay, so check for the directional arrow on the tyre. And then traditionally when you're fitting a tyre onto a rim, you'd normally start at the valve. But in this case, we're going to start as far away from the valve as we can get. The reason for that is that we've got this lump of rubber here, which is the other end of the valve. And if you start here, the tyre is going to get really tight when you get to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first bead into the central well of the rim, but at the 6 o'clock position. So that's all lined up. Okay, obviously get the logo lined up with the valve just because it looks better that way. So first one on, and then with the second bead again, start opposite the valve, work your way around. And you see that it's popped on really easy, so there is no need for tyre levers. So as long as you start opposite the valve, you'll never need tyre levers. Okay, so a couple of things to check before we start inflating. Make sure that where the valve comes out, that the bead is either side of that. And then the second thing to do is pinch the bead of the tyre all the way around to make sure that both of the beads are in the central well of the tyre. Okay, so now this is just a regular track pump, so there's no dump tank on here. We're not going to use a compressor. Wait for the bang. Done. Tubeless tyre fitted in less than 2 minutes without a dump tank and without compressor. Really, really easy. And like I said, this applies to any Giant wheel, any CADEX wheel, and any of our tyres as well.